how would you change the catch rule, Greg Olsen? Would you change it?
I don't mind the catch rule. I know everyone gets up in arms. I know the Steelers one with James was a big one.
That should be a catch, though. If you're down, if your initial contact with the ground is your knee, ball is in your hands, and you haven't been contacted yet, and then you reach across the goal line as you maneuver the ball that's still in your hands to try and get across the ground. He's still going to the ground, but his initial contact with the ground is his knee, not due to anybody contacting him.
Right, so I think what happens is
the problem
the
here.
gray area, what I think the NFL is trying to accomplish, and you could argue whether they're doing a good job or not. I think what they're trying to argue is, so I was part of what started this. The Calvin Johnson catch was, I was in Chicago. He jumped up over our guy for the game-winning touchdown, came down, put the ball on the ground, and stood up, and they ruled he didn't complete the catch. That started this whole craze, then with Des Bryant, the whole thing.
Right.
I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to take all guesswork for the referees out of the equation. And so they're trying to say, if he's going to the ground upon catching the ball, he must retain possession through the entire catch. Because if not, in slow motion, everything looks like a catch. In slow motion, you can make an argument for anything. So I think they're trying to take that off the table. Mm-hmm. If you catch it and you're running and you get hit and you go to the ground after you've been established as a runner, ground can't cause a fumble, right? We all played those rules as kids in the backyard. But if you are not a runner, you can't fumble a ball you have yet to possess. And I think that's what they're trying to get accomplished. Whether they can clean up the letter and clean up the wording and the explanations, possibly.
But to me, if I'm interpreting the catch rule, that Calvin Johnson catch is a catch. It's a catch. We all know his intent wasn't that he didn't need the ground to maintain possession of the ball. Okay, that's A. B, the Des Bryant, not a catch, would be a catch and fumble to me. Because he's such a monster physical specimen. You too, Greg. You can make a catch and take up an expanse of 5 to 7 yards with 2 strides of your legs.
Then it should be a fumble.
Then it should be a catch fumble.
Correct.
That's, to me, a catch fumble.
The Pittsburgh one was a clear going to the ground.
No, but it was also his knee was down first.
With the ball
touched in his hands, and then he moved it across, and he breaks the plane and he goes down.
It gets very gray.
So don't touch it? You don't think the rule should be touched?
I don't think you touch it unless you have a better solution. And until anyone provides a more clear, simplified version of it,
yes,
I think it's hard to introduce new rules that are just as or more confusing than the ones they're trying to improve on.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.